Campaigns for the 2023 elections are in top gear, and the Lagos State government has not shied away from its responsibility of deepening development and good governance in the state. One way to guarantee development for this administration is provision of quality education through school infrastructure renewal and development. This week, we focus on the Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools in Lagos State, SCRIPS, which has rehabilitated about 197 secondary schools and constructed more than 1,000 new classrooms, among other facilities across the state. Welcome to Inside Lagos. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeniyi, and we're reaching you from Ekpe. Heading to 4 years in his administration, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in the education sector is not resting on his oars.
Education is the most powerful weapon for which you can use to change the world. This is our belief. And for all of us in Lagos State, we continue to have substantial investment in the educational sector.
The Special Committee on the Rehabilitation of Public Schools in Lagos State has rehabilitated 197 schools, while 1,047 new classrooms have been injected into the school system. About 1,592 beds provided in the school hostels, 181,365 units dual composite students' furniture provided in the schools, including the principal and teachers' furniture. Also, security improvements were carried out in some poorer schools. Iconic projects embarked upon include Elemoro Community Junior High School, Ibejuleki, Vetland Junior Grammar School, Agege, and Ogombo Community Junior High School, Aja. Teachers' welfare is also in top gear in Lagos State. The team from the Special Committee on the Rehabilitation of Public Schools in Lagos State, SCRIPS, is on a trip for another round of project inspection. This time, the inspection took the team to Education District 2 of the state. Ekpe is under the jurisdiction of the district, and the journey from Ikeja took the team deep into the heartland of the community. We are here at Odomola Secondary School to inspect 18 classrooms under construction by SCRIPS, and the chairman, Hakeem Smith, is here to be our guide. Welcome, Mr. Hakeem Smith. Good to see you again.
See you too.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is Odomola's new building, I believe. Okay. First, tell us how far this committee has gone in carrying out its mandates in terms of school rehabilitation across the school.
This is Odomola Secondary School. You can see. In terms of our mandate, we've done. We started since 2019 that we are inaugurated, and a lot of projects have been done, both rehabilitation and also new construction. You can see typically in this school, we have that's a rehabilitation we did also last year for the school, which was wasn't looking good at all. It was now well rehabilitated by SCRIPS, and now this additional block, 18 classroom block, is to help the school to ensure that they have enough classrooms for the students. So typically, as design, like I told you, this is an L design, and it's different from the one we just saw a couple of minutes ago. That was a T design. It has 18 classrooms with complementary facilities, toilets, teachers and principals' offices, large corridor spaces, and it's going to be finished like all other ones that have been finished. You can see typically a type of frame construction.
This is a L shape.
It's L shape. Like we have the aluminum roofing that will be covered, that will be used to cover the building. Then we have all the aluminium windows, terrazzos, and all of that.
So
To be finished like the ones we have previously.
when will it be
This
completed?
will be finished by May, by the grace of God. Because
May.
We are targeting to ensure that we finish all this project before the end of this term, this regime of first term of the governor.
Okay,
And
so
it's when we go into the next term, by the grace of God, we'll be doing some other things.
what about the ones we visited in Badagry when that time? I mean, at that time,
Those ones are some have been completed at that time, but the ones that are not completed
are
have
they
been
in
completed.
use now?
They're in use. Some of them are in use. Most of them are in use. Because we've even done some virtual commissioning. I don't know if you've noticed that a couple of projects were commissioned. About 17, actually 15, 17 schools were commissioned on that day at one location in Lagos. And we are hoping that some of these projects too will be done. We have to have a virtual commissioning.
One of the cardinal points of this administration's themes agenda is education and technology. How far have you gone in that regard?
Thank you. That's the third letter in the themes agenda of Mr. Governor. And like I can confidently tell you that we've done quite a bit. We've done substantially well, sincerely, because if you look at what we met when we came in 2019 in November and what we've been able to achieve, it's amazing. I can tell you that today we've been able to deliver over 1,000 classrooms in Lagos State. I mean, this is part of it, which will be completed very, very soon. And in terms of rehabilitation, we've been able to rehabilitate, we've talked about 198 schools, which translates to over 2,000 schools, classrooms in Lagos State. So we've gone round, we've done a bit. In terms of furniture deployment, we've done a substantial number of furnitures. Over 180,000 furnitures have been deployed, dual composite furnitures. That translates to over 360 students are well seated in our classrooms. I mean, if you go around some of our schools, you see the furnitures that we've done. So with respect to classrooms too, we've added over 1,000 classrooms into the classroom stock of Lagos State. What we've done is that we make sure that the hostels we've provided good burglary proofs for so that you can't just gain access into the hostel. Secondly, we make sure that there's a room for their dormitory master or mistresses that stays there, so you don't have access before you can access, and which we have strategically positioned such that before you're going in and out, you meet the housemaster's apartment, so that you can't just be going in and out. And there's burglary proof, so every night is closed. And again, most of the model colleges that have hostels, we have these the security improvement includes well fenced environment. We have the towers for watch towers, so that in the night we have security men staying over there to ensure that they see through, they are able to see and capture what's happening. And in some schools too, we have some cameras that we've deployed, and we make sure we've put enough lights, compound lights, so that the whole school is well illuminated, and we've been able to improve security for the schools, particularly the model colleges.
Moving further into Ekpe, the inspection tour took the team to the Lagos Model College, where the newly built 190-bed hostel for the school has been inaugurated. The principal of the college wants the state government to intervene in the construction of a fence around the school for enhanced security.
We need building more classrooms for the senior school. Then we need hostel accommodation for the boys. Then we also need renovation of the existing classrooms at the senior school. Then we also need renovation of the second girls' hostel.
Other school facilities visited in the area is the T-shaped block of 18 classrooms at the senior college, K2 Ekpe. After inspecting the ongoing construction of another 18 classrooms at Odoayondelu Secondary School, Agbowa, where the fence and gate house have been completed, as well as Elepe Community Senior High School with its own 2-story block of 18 classrooms, the team concluded the inspection of projects in Ekpe. Members of the team were in Ikorodu to inspect other projects embarked upon by the Sanwo-Olu administration towards improving security infrastructure across the state. One of the facilities visited in the area is a brand new school in Oriokuta community, which is a product of years of agitation by the people of the area. Inaugurated on the 4th of November 2019, the Special Committee on the Rehabilitation of Public Schools in Lagos State Scripps is saddled with the responsibility of building on education legacy of the state and revamp school infrastructure. Since then, this committee has been able to start and complete several new projects like classrooms, hostels, fencing, gate houses, and more in many schools. Just like this one, this brand new school at Oriokuta in Ikorodu. The 18-classroom school is a new design and purposely built to reflect the vision behind its establishment. It has facilities like playground, water supply system, canteen, toilets, and gate house to enhance learning.
This Oriokuta community, it's a community that has about 1 million population. And unfortunately, they don't have any secondary school. So the community people, they came to us. They've been agitating for a secondary school in this community for quite a number of so many years. But in the last 3-4 years ago, when we were inaugurated, we met with them. They came to us with their letters and complaints, and we presented their request to Mr. Governor, and he approved it. Basically, they have primary schools, so after primary school, the students will now have to travel far away for secondary school. So because of that, we decided that it was right for them, for us to give them a secondary school in this community, so to solve the problem of having to travel far, and also to reduce the issue of out-of-school students, because if there's no school in the community, they end up doing all sorts of things around, and which is not very, very good for us. Coupled with the fact that we are saying we want to reduce the out-of-school students in the community. So this building typically is just similar to the ones you had in Lagos. After we conceived a design for all the schools in Lagos State. And the design is such that this is aesthetically pleasing, and you can see it's quite, the concept is to have classrooms, corridors, and vertical movements, and to ensure that the finishes are such that it's durable, and the facade is also finished with durable materials. So we find this design and this concept easy to maintain and easy to access. So we also make sure that the principals' offices and teachers' offices are strategically located such that they can at least have a view. So if you go to all of our schools, aside from the fact that we ensure we skew the design to reflect the size and the type of land that we have. Like you can see, this is a L design. We have some that are U, we have some that are T, we have some that are I design. So when we come to a site, I haven't done the soil test because we normally conduct a soil test here. We've done a soil test, know the type of foundation is going to be founded on, because we want to ensure that we don't have any collapse. So we make sure that all our buildings are founded on the right foundation. I haven't done that. We now ensure that we looked at the land size, the land shape. We now choose this design to ensure that it fits well and it doesn't encumber the entire site, whereby we still have recreation and play areas. So to the left over there, we'll be having a multipurpose court for the students, and you can see the one facing me is the canteen, and behind me we have the gatehouse. So we have the water facilities at the back, the gantry for the water supply at the back. The ball is also at the back. Now, to the glory of God, in a few weeks, months' time, we should be able to finalize this project, maybe by March. Also, we finalize this. We finalize the compound works. All we need to do now is just do the compound works, the curbs, the walkways, and all. We did this fencing. We are all newly done. The water gantries were all newly done. So at least we believe that this will serve their purpose for now. At least we will have the community will benefit immensely from this facility.
Another school visited is Shamsuddin Junior Grammar School, Ikorodu, where a block of 18 classrooms built on raft foundation has been completed with toilets and staff rooms. The population of the school, which stands at about 1,389 students in the junior section, necessitated the provision of additional classrooms. A director of education and principal of the school, Khadija Tadideji, expressed delight that the new facility would decongest the existing classrooms.
Before this building came about, in some of the classrooms, as you can see, there are some of the Jakonde building that has been developed over the time. The population we have in the class was about 100 or a little more than 100. The classrooms are not even enough to take, even at times we have to spread some classes over the others. And you know, in the hot afternoon, the class is not all that conducive for this. Or sometimes also during the rainy season, some of the classroom water actually enter and the class will become waterlogged. And at times, even in the afternoon, when we have to teach this, we have to bring them under the tree so that they will have some form of coolness and be able to have a more conducive learning. So you can see that this building come at a very right time, and by the grace of God, we even look forward that we will have a kind of replica of this to go with the rising population of the school.
The project is a fantastic one, as I said. The Lagos State government really tried. In fact, the students cannot wait going into the building. His administration, I cannot wait to vote for him for the second time. My voter's card is always with me. Let us say tomorrow is the election, I will just bring my purse, bring it out, and vote for him. Because of the project concerning education line. In fact, we don't know what to say for now until the second time. I know he has more for it for us next administration.
The Keme Balogun Senior College, Ibeshi Ikorodu, was not left out of the inspection tour. Apart from the 18 classrooms being constructed to expand infrastructure in the school, 2 blocks of 6 classrooms, a gate house, as well as renovation of the fence had been provided for the school.
They had about 3 bungalows.
Okay.
The first one, my last, next one, and the other one. 3 bungalows. They were in derelict states. They were really, really bad. So we came to renovate the school. However, when we got here, we realized that they still need additional classrooms. And because we got the information, Mr. Governor specifically said that they did very, very well from evidence. The last WAEC, I think they ramped up to about 97.3% in WAEC. So it was quite an impressive result. So we decided to say, okay, let's give them. That's why we have to now give them. It's like, because they did well, let's celebrate them.
Okay, so that brings me to this question: that what are the criteria you consider before embarking on any intervention in any school? Can we move towards the
essentially, it's about the needs justification. Every school we go, we try to ensure that we have enough classroom for the students. What I mean, ensuring that the student classroom ratio is reasonable. I mean, we're talking about 50-60 maximum. The UNESCO standards are 45-50. So we are trying to ensure that in Lagos State public schools, we have about that same number in the classrooms. Because when the classroom is too congested, I mean, it's not quite conducive for learning. So what we've done is to ensure that we have additional classrooms in locations where we feel they don't have enough, so that the student classroom ratio would drop. And also, in addition to that, we ensure that we have adequate toilets for the schools. We are going to be having about 30 toilets here for both male and female.
How many blocks of classrooms?
This is 18 classroom block. Then we have also complementary teachers' offices, principals, vice principals' offices are all here. So as we see now, this is G and 2, ground, first and second floor, and the building is founded on a raft foundation. And you can see, because of the topography here, it was stepped. You can see this one and that one.
What's the meaning of
topography? Is the way raft foundation is the type of foundation that are used for this type of location. Because if I go into the technicalities, we'll be taking so much time. But we have to found it on raft foundation, which is the adequate foundation for this. Because you see, before we do any project, we normally ensure we do a soil test to ensure that whenever building we are doing is founded on the right footing. So, but we step this one because of the topography. The foundation type is one thing, the topography is one thing, to address the undulating nature of the site, so that we are not just filling up the entire site. So we've gone like that. We've stepped down to ensure that we have a very, very good and pleasing building and aesthetically pleasing building in the environment. And you can see that we've ensured that we didn't just encumber the entire site. We set it back so that we can still have this huge area for recreation and the assembly hall and all of those things we want to do.
This is a special case.
This special case.
They performed very well in
So this one's exactly.
So
they have to
compensated them with this.
Exactly. They are, aside from the fact that they need, but because they've done very well, we needed to compensate them, and that's why you're having this project that we are doing, and we're hoping that before May we finish this building, because we just have another slab. Once that slab is done with roof, we start finishing. So this will definitely be finished before May this year. You can see that these are 3 students. There are 3 students. We want them to reduce to 2. So that's why we are having the extra. There's supposed to be 2 per 6. Okay. Hello. Good morning, madam. How are you? Good morning, students. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your class now.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, madam. So how are you finding the environment now?
Very conducive.
Very conducive. Okay. Thank you. So learning is better now.
It's better.
One of the essence of that building is that by the time we finish, some students will move over there, they can now sit in twos. So we've been able to reduce the student classroom ratio. That's what we are trying to do. As we don't like the fact that there are 3, we want them to be marked 2, conducive, so that they can have enough space to learn. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
We'll definitely get it by the time you finish that one. So how are you finding your class now? Very nice. You like it? So you are waiting for us to finish that one. So you thank the governor, eh? So who do you thank? The governor. Who is the governor? Thank you very much. Enjoy your lectures.
The school principal, Dauda Olagoke Olatunde, who commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for the interventions, assured him that the school would continue to do better than the 97% it recorded in the West African Examinations Council.
I met a very terrible performance, WASE performance with 12% in the WASE exam. So now getting here, I sat down and thought about what I could do, and I wrote a letter to script, and this has been the result of my letter. Last year we were able to get 97.3% in our WASE because the students were so happy because of the new development. The quantum of development here is massive, I have to confess to you. I'm very happy because it's gradually reflecting in the performance of the student. The atmosphere now is more conducive to teaching and learning now. Now I want to give kudos to our executive governor, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the man at the script, the man with the Midas touch, Mr. Hakim Smith. I want to give kudos to them. They are really doing a wonderful job. And I believe that in 3 or 4 months time when the project might have been completed, it's going to be a new song for the school, for education in Ikorodu, for education in Lagos State, and for Nigeria in general.
2 of the students, Goodness Sekundayo and Ezekiel Akinyele, recount how terrible the situation was before the intervention.
The buildings were not this developed, and we had to stay in a class where over 100 students are, and the class was always stuffy. It was hard to process the teaching and learning, and it was very bad. The development in the school is actually giving the students more vibe. The students are now in the mood to do things because of the spacious class, the chairs, the furnitures and all sorts. Thanks to Lagos State government and our Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Thank you so much for this development, for remembering our school, for giving us this opportunity to grace these beautiful buildings. Thank you so much.
The conditions of the school were bad. The atmosphere was not good for learning because students everywhere was tight then, because like up to 150 students can be in a class, especially the art students, and it will not be easy for learning. Even when the teacher is in the class, it will not be easy for the students to understand easily because of their population. When they constructed the new building, it was good for learning because the class were enough. It's easy to learn now because when the teacher is explaining the class, it's easy to understand.
The broad Ikorodu Road veered into narrow path for the trip to Ajegunle Junior and Senior High School. Established in 1994, perennial flooding destroyed a large part of the school, with just 6 classrooms left, necessitated its temporary closure. Due to the swampy nature of the location, the new block of 18 classrooms being constructed at the school was built on 172 piles, dug 30 meters into the ground. With an imposing fence, a gatehouse and 30 toilets, the school has witnessed a total renovation and it is expected to be completed soon. The Baale of Ajegunle, Moyosola Oladunjoye, appreciated the intervention by Scripps, urging the committee to ensure renovation of the old surviving classrooms.
Kudos to my governor and my entire people that are with Ajegunle, that are working for Ajegunle, led by the chairman of the Scripps. So we are very happy with what they have done for us. We are very happy. It will equally improve the economy of Ajegunle because some of the people that are selling books, selling all these petty things will be patronizing the The students will be patronizing them. That will equally give them the opportunity. It will move our economy.
I'm so happy that the script, the educational section, that's Ministry of Education, they all team together and they work together and they brought back the school. And bringing back the school will save a lot of things. A lot of children have died in the process of going to school on this road. A lot of children don't get to school on time. They go to school very late and they cannot meet up with the school activities.
The school at Ikosiejini and Koshofe Senior College, K2, with a population of more than 1,000 students, are also getting attention from the state government. Two-story block of 18 classrooms has been completed to cater for the rising number of students in the school. Script's vision is to critically improve the public school infrastructure statewide and to increase the quality of education by ensuring conducive learning environments.
The governor had proved to us that he's serious about what he wants to do. He's a man that he walks his talk. He's not just talking. So he's a Mr. Talk and Do, and we've seen that in Lagos State. In all of it, aside from education sector, in all other sectors too, he's done quite well, and he does and he's very, very serious and passionate. And he's an hands-on person. He can call you anytime to say what is happening here. He knows everything and every school that I've done. He knows about this school and every other school that I've done. Even in terms of technology, the so-called veteran school that we're talking about, he knows about everything, all the details he knows, because we normally engage him before we sign off on some of these things. So I think he's done very well, and I think I personally appreciate him, and I believe that with what people of Lagos have seen, I mean, it's a plus for him, and I don't think he should have any problem returning for a second time.
The best way to prepare students for the future is through sound education and provision of basic school infrastructure. The Special Committee on the Rehabilitation of Public Schools in Lagos State Scripts is delivering on that mandate for the benefit of residents. That's all we have for you on this week's episode of Inside Lagos. Many thanks for being a part of it. I'm Adedoja Salam Adini. See you next week. Thank you.